What up, you guys? How y'all doing? I have returned to my channel again with another video regarding Monster Energy Supercross and the track designs. But first of all, before I get to that, folks, guys, remember, subscribe. And I want to keep my monetization status, and the only way I can do that is with your help. So if you think I'm worth listening to, or you just want to see some more of my game show games or any of my recaps of my local college men's basketball team or women's softball teams, just hit the subscribe button. And I want to keep my monetization status as well, like I said. And the only way I can do that is with your help. I'm going to put up my banner here. That's right. Track designs need more flavor. I'm going to get into that first. But guys, just remember, subscribe. And it helps the algorithm, helps the channel out, helps my channel grow. And anyway, let's get into this. Okay, so now you have your track designs of the usual. Now, obviously, every Supercross track has to have a big double or a big triple jump or the occasional quad. Okay? There also has to have a whoop section or even some straightaways on occasion of just being completely flat. Okay? And of course, you have to have your whoop section or even some other. And of course, you also have to have your finish line jump. And of course, your all-important rhythm section. Of course, there has to be some good places to pass. Now, obviously, in a football or a baseball stadium, you only have so much space. And obviously, the talent level has gone up. And, coming up with new ideas has become harder and harder and harder. And of course, you have to have a maximum of 9 whoops on a track. Definitely a big, I don't know what the word is, a big comparison to before where there was maybe 15 or 30 whoops on a track, and that was going through the whole length of the stadium. But still, anyway, I come out with this video because I got to look at the track for Denver, and it's still kind of cookie cutter like, which has been a lot of these tracks. And of course, with Ricky Carmichael building all these tracks, it's gotten to a point where his track designs have become so basic, and there's almost no new section to learn. Now, for safety concerns, I get all that, but still, you have to come out with some forms of creativity. And not only that, you also have to maybe talk to some people about, hey, if you had your own track design, what would you do? I don't know why Dirt Wurx is not going back to what they did in 2008 and 2009, where they even honored some former and current racers' track designs. Like in 2008, Kevin Windham started that trend with a paper towel and his own track design. Or let's say or it's just an authentic thing, with a paper towel and his own track design. Okay? I still remember that pit report from Aaron Bates. And Dirt Wurx honored that. And then, as you know, as the season went on, other guys started submitting their own track designs. James Stewart got a track design in. Chad Ree got a track design in. Tim Ferry, Ivan Tedesco, and David Vuillemin all got track designs honored in 2008. And, of course, Ricky Carmichael now builds a track for Daytona. And quite frankly, I think that when Gary Bailey was still building the tracks, he got that track down. He got building the Daytona track down to a science, because every year, I still remember David Bailey saying that every year that he came to Daytona, he hated the racetrack. And, for someone like David Bailey to say something like that, and for Gary Bailey, the dad, to respond with, like, I'm building a racetrack, you're racing, shut up, and all that. It's like, for someone like David Bailey to get that kind of treatment, that's a sign that you're doing something right. And ever since Gary Bailey stopped building the tracks, I thought that was an all-around bad move, because the way Carmichael designs these tracks is so cookie cutter. You can almost kind of expect that there's going to be there's no new section to learn. Of course, you also have to have your sand section occasionally. But quite frankly, what I like to see is like on a straightaway is a short whoop section, then the triple jump, and a brief section of sand right after the triple, just shortly after the landing. It doesn't have to be long, but then again, it does force these guys to think. And when you do that, you got a good track design. And in 2009, they even came out with a month of track designs honored by former racers. Jeremy McGrath had designed Anaheim 3. Rick Johnson had designed San Diego. Mike LaRocco designed Indianapolis. And Jeff Stanton designed Daytona. And Travis Pastrana designed St. Louis. And I still remember that pit report from Aaron Bates at St. Louis, where Travis Pastrana had even said that he had designed the track based off of one too many games of Excite Bike for Nintendo. And I thought, wow, that's great. That's good flavor. That's what these tracks need. For someone like Carmichael to just kind of build all these tracks that are pretty much too cookie cutter and you almost don't expect a new section, I still think that that's a sign that either somebody else has got to start designing the tracks, or they got to start, or quite frankly, what I would have them do is go back to former racers. You know, it doesn't hurt at all to hear some feedback from other guys like Bob Hanna or even Mike Bell or even Rex Staten if they're still around. And that's what I like to see. These tracks are too cookie cutter that Ricky Carmichael designs. They're so cookie cutter, you almost expect it to be like your typical everyday test track. Okay? So that's why I like to see a lot more flavor. And why do they not even talk to that? Or are they just too thick-headed? Now, am I calling them any names? No. But still, the fact that they just don't do that is just a sign that either Dirt Wurx or the AMA are turning blind eyes on tracks that would certainly add a lot more spice. I mean, like if you're gonna order a pizza, you want to put a lot of toppings on it, okay? Like what typical do, like some people typically do, like you want to add anchovies, go ahead. You want to add bell peppers? Go. You want to add cheese? Do it. You know, cheese, pepperoni, olives. Go for it. I mean, because what these tracks need more flavor. They need more variety. And quite frankly, I'm not really seeing that much. You know, I mean, the last really innovative track design that I can remember was Houston 2015. For starters, they went down the first rhythm section. They went down the first rhythm section one way and spent the rest of the race going in the opposite direction. And even when they had some of those split lanes, like a whoop section on one side and a rhythm section on the other side, that's good. That's great flavor. That's what I want to see more of. I don't want to see more of these typical cookie cutter tracks designed by Carmichael himself that have just your basic everyday stuff and nothing new to learn. And why Dirt Wurx doesn't consolidate with other guys, with other former racers about track designs, I have no idea. But I would really like to see them do that. So, and you already have heard my reasonings for that. And I really liked it when they did that in 08 and 09. But for some reason after that that's pretty much become a thing of the past. Okay? I like to find out how other guys like Ezra Lusk or Damon Huffman or even Jeff Matasevich or Damon Bradshaw will design their own tracks. And if other guys like it, great. If they don't, oh well. It doesn't even hurt. Unless they're way too thick-headed to just go by their own basic stuff. So let me know what you guys think. So anyway, guys, that's all for today. And remember, subscribe, and I'll see you all for that next video. And we'll see you all for the Denver Supercross. I won't be watching that live. I'll be at Hawaii Softball final homestand. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And remember, subscribe, and I'll see you all later.